All right, and we are live. Welcome everybody to yet another Work the Trigger live chat. How's it going, everybody? It's been a while. We haven't done this since last year. Our last one was back before Christmas, and honestly, it just it got kind of burnout. And so now we are back, slightly refreshed because I'm pretty sure there's a full moon right now. And it's affecting the kids in a negative method. But anyway, hi, how's it going, everybody in the chat? With us tonight, so far, we've got Manny Things. He is eating his dinner.
What's up, guys?
And soon we'll have Builder Shooter joining us. He is having some technical difficulties. He was trying to log in and gave us the Donut of Despair. That's the spinny wheel that just never goes away. Manny, how's it going?
It's been good. It's been a trying week, but it's been good.
Good. We got Kathleen, Reload Rap, Michael Alvins is in there. Builder Shooter is in there, kind of. I don't know if you want to count that or not, but Kathleen says she shot her CZ SPO1 today, finally getting a handle on the double action trigger. It is rough to get a line on that. Hey, Builder, how's it going?
It's chilly in my camper.
Hey, we can hear you. Do you have the heater on?
What?
Do you have the heater on?
Maybe.
Is that a robe?
No, it's a blankie.
Hey, you want to see something super sad? So I'm in my basement where I also work from home. All right, ready? Alexa, turn on basement heater. Boom. Now my heat's on.
Ooh.
That's right. I'm a tech tool. Anyway, we got John Cash is in here. Harry, how's it going? Harry's Holsters is in the house. Yeah, Harry, you definitely need an SPO1. SPO1s are freaking nice. It's one of my favorite guns still. Let's see. John says, does anybody have any idea when the 508T will be available? No clue.
No clue.
Everything else is available but the 508T. My guess is they're having, they had issues when they came out with the V2, and the 508T had a V2 on it, and I'm guessing they're having problems switching to the X3 or X2 version. There we go. Mm-hmm. So I'm guessing that's what their issue is, and they're just working on getting that out. But it's apparently warm enough. The builder has ditched his blanket.
No, my heater tripped the breaker, so I had to ditch my blanket to go fix it.
Oh,
why'd your heater trip the breaker?
Because he's in a camper.
Really cold?
Yeah.
What else is running?
Not me.
Aren't
it's
you
a 15 amp breaker.
Oh, wait, you put a 50? Oh, okay.
I didn't put it in.
Okay.
That's fair. So how's everybody in the chat doing? You guys all doing good? Builder, how you doing?
I'm good.
Yeah. A little cold, but acceptable.
Yeah. Just bought a crap ton of food storage and food storage method making devices.
So you bought a canner and a sealer?
I already had the sealer. I bought a pressure cooker.
Nice.
And I bought a huge, big-ass dehydrator.
Oh, nice.
So
Making jerky at your house.
Well, the two deer I got are they were both bucks, and the meat's really gamey. So I'm going to try to jerky them and make them a little bit
Is that
better.
off the big boy?
I mean, the big one and the button buck. Both
Really?
of them were super gamey.
I mean, I expect the big one to be gamey, but
yeah,
it's been a while since we got together. Builder, how big was that deer?
About
the big guy.
It was as big as me.
Yeah. How many points was it?
15.
Yeah, that's a big deer. You sent me a picture, and I was like, "What the? Where was that even?"
So when you count tines on a deer, when you call it a 15 point, is that you're counting all the tines?
Mm-hmm.
Here, okay.
It has to be longer than it is wide at the base.
Mm-hmm.
So I have one that is like barely a point.
Oh, okay.
But even if you take that away, it's a 14 point. Like, okay.
Here in Michigan, we only count half.
Oh, you only count half the rack?
Yeah, so your 14 would be a 7 point.
Well, it would either be an 8 or a 6.
That's what she said.
It was not even.
Oh, all right. Well, with that, let's go ahead and let's hit some news because we've been gone for a while, and there have been a couple of news things pop up. Not nearly as much stuff as I thought that we would have, though. It's
No, but
kinda
one
weird.
of them got me mildly aroused.
Which one of them did?
Yes.
Okay. Well, are we going to take a guess as to which one?
You can.
Okay. I don't. We'll just know it when your camera slowly starts to tip up. All right. Really quick. Hey, we got Yoda Blaster in the chat and Valentia MG. I think. Yeah. I think that's it. Let's see. Valenti says test with Neptune concealment. It's the one he bought for his PO1 Urban Gray. I've actually had bad luck with Neptune concealment. I've had two of their holsters, and I've had to modify them both. So, unfortunately, Yoda Blaster, he actually messaged me on Instagram, and we went back and forth a little bit about some sight options. He's got a oh man, I don't remember what it was now. PO7 maybe with a dot on it, or P10. I don't remember anymore. I've slept since then. It's been crazy. Anyway. So let's go ahead and hit our first article of news. It's actually, and this week, all of the news stuff is product. So first up, we've got from Keltec, the P50. This is a 5.7, shooting the 5.7 round. It's got a 9.6 inch barrel, and it takes the 50 round magazines in the P90 and PS90. It's got a really kind of cool flip top design. So I don't know if you guys saw the pictures of this thing. It actually hinges up towards the front, and that's how you end up getting the magazine out.
It's pretty sweet.
And even cooler than that is where it ejects the shells. It ejects the cases straight down through the handguard. Huh?
Okay.
It's cool.
So
It's straight down like on the handguard and just poops them out. So it's an anti-teacup gun. Any of the fuds out there who buy that gun and want to teacup it, they're going to have another thing coming when they start shooting. Yeah, that's going to hurt.
Mm-hmm.
And another cool part about this thing is the MSRP on this is $9.95. I mean, yes, it is a Keltec, but still, that's a decent MSRP for that type of guns. What do you guys think about this? Builder, you go first.
I think it would be really cool in a video game for shooting around a shield. Like you have shield in one hand, you have it in the other. But I don't know. If stuff holds out and you can put a pistol brace on it, I think it'll be quite a fun little gun. I'm not a big fan of 5.7. I think it's rather anemic.
Mm-hmm.
For as much as it's built up, it's pretty much a wimpy round. But 50 of them makes a big difference.
It does.
50 rounds of .22 long rifle is a lot. And I wouldn't want to stand in front of one of them. So,
Well, and let's admit it, this is not a go-to-war gun. I mean,
No.
It is a Keltec. This is a plinker gun for somebody who's got a P90 or a PS90 or a like a Ruger 5.7 or an FN 5.7 and wants something else that shoots that round that's just fun.
Or
and
a Masterpiece.
got a lot of money to burn. Huh?
Masterpiece Arms makes the Mac 10 and 5.7.
Yeah, that's true. So, yeah. Manny, what do you think?
It seems like a pretty cool offering, especially for the price. I think the Keltec offerings, at least in the non-handgun market, have been pretty promising lately, like with their bullpups and shotguns. So it wouldn't be worth looking at.
Keltec's coming out with quite a lot of very unique stuff that nobody else in the market really is even bothering with.
Yeah,
and I'm happy for that. At least somebody is coming out with something different form factor wise.
And it looks appealing. It doesn't look like a P90.
Right.
I think their RDB is a fantastic design of a gun. It's never going to take off, never going to be anything, but I think it's really cool.
Yep, I agree. Okay, so let's head on to our next article of news. I'm actually going to skip the next, the Given Builder a chubby one and come back to that because that one's quite a long one. So up next,
that's what she said.
Leupold came out with Leopold.
No, the second one, Leopold.
That's actually the first one I said, Leopold. Anyway, they have come out with the Delta Point Micro. This is a it's smaller than a micro red dot that you typically see on pistols. It is a pistol mounted, low profile dot with a window size. It looks to be about 3/8 of an inch circle. It's a circular window placed right down on the slide. The battery's actually moved from underneath the window and emitter back to back behind the slide, elongating the gun rather than raising the height of it. They've got builds specifically for Glock and M&P. And they are made specifically for non-MOS pistols. They attach on the using the dovetail of the rear sight, and they MSRP for what was it, $519? I'm pretty sure it's
MSRP is $399.
Huh?
MSRP is $399.
No, MSRP is $519. That's what they told me on their Instagram page.
Okay.
Yeah, which is, I mean, for $399, it would almost be acceptable. For $350, it would be, I think, viable. But for over $500, Applied Performance has $399. If you go over to the Delta Point or to the Leupold website, it's listed at over $500. So,
well, they realize their MSRP is a joke.
You may be able to find them for $399. That changed it to $399. Okay. But I mean, $399. It's even that's pushing it for me. I think it should be $350 for what it is, for the window size and everything. I mean, it is Leupold, so it's at least something goodish. But the Delta Point Pro had problems. So, Manny, what do you think on this thing?
It's 5 years too late, to be honest with you, as an offering, truly to be like a viable offering. But it's going to be backed by a great warranty. So if you do buy it and you break it somehow, they're going to take care of you, because they've been taking care of Delta Point Pro users for years. So it's not my cup of tea, and I think it's silly, especially since they're making multiple different housings. Essentially, it's not just the dovetail swap, because the M&P's angle is different than the Glock's straight cut off one. So you're gonna have to make a bunch of individual SKUs, and it's not gonna, in my opinion, it's not gonna take off.
Yeah, well, the individual SKUs, it's because it's trying to suck it up to the back of the gun as much as possible, and we all know that sight dovetail distance is different. With the M&P, they're also contending with the beaver tail at the back of the gun, so that's why it's placed even weirder on the M&P. Builder, what do you think?
What's up, Jay?
Hey, Jay's here. How's it going, man?
I think they extended the part of the gun that for me is probably the hardest to conceal. If you have any sort of belly, it's going to be substantially harder to conceal. I watched one video on it, and it was Michelle Viscusi, the Glock shooter.
Yeah.
And she's obviously sponsored by Leupold as well. And I don't know. It's not. I have absolutely no desire for that. So let's just get that out on the plate or on the table right now. But she was talking about how if it dies, it's low enough profile that you can actually use it as a ghost ring sight for your front sight. So it would create a rear ghost ring sight. In the videos I've seen of, first person of it, it looks like you have a huge field of view because you actually have a field of view. You don't have optic in front of you. And all of that looks good from the backside of the gun, but as soon as you're not looking at the backside of the gun, you add 5/8 of an inch to the length in the rear of your gun. That's not good.
Yeah.
And you're hanging all of that. It's going to be extended, and everything's extended, hanging off of two screws screwed into a dovetail. It's just not a good idea.
Yep, I agree.
Talon will break it real quick.
Yeah. Another thing about it is so one of the I guess the three big things that a red dot gives you is target focus shooting, which this will allow. It gives you large, or the ability to, and this is a big one for me, the ability for slight misalignment this is especially in like faster shooting or drawing shooting. This isn't for like slow for slow target practice or anything, but in that fast shooting, slight misalignment is great. You can not get the gun directly back down, but you can be slightly askew, and as long as your dot's where it is, you can still hit your target. Well, this is going to make that so much harder because that window is so small, it's going to remove that major advantage of a red dot sight. And I just don't know if it's worth it. And then you were talking about the strength of it. I don't think the strength is going to be there. I mean, maybe it is. Maybe, I mean, so looking at it, it's got 2 screws going in the top. It's got oh man, I can't think. The sight channel, whatever, dovetail. That's it. The sight dovetail. It's got a piece that goes in there, and then the screws come down, and they suck that up, and that's kind of how it holds on there. But I don't know if I trust that too much. You're putting a lot of that's a lot of force through fasteners, and fasteners aren't supposed to be forced like that.
The other thing is, how do you disassemble a Glock slide?
Yeah.
You gotta take your optic off.
Yeah, you're screwed.
Yep.
So you don't have to take the optic off to change the battery, but you have to take the optic off to clean inside the slide.
Yep.
But honestly, I think the people who buy this aren't going to take their slide apart.
Yeah, I agree with that. When we did the carry optic shootout, we had an SRO, a Delta Point Pro, a 507, and a RMS, or was it an RMSC? Doesn't matter. It was a Dinker dot.
Yeah.
It was a Dinker dot.
And they were all on viable carry optics guns. The RMS was on a Glock 34, which probably had the second most recoil out of everything, but still it's a Glock 34. If you can't handle the recoil of a Glock 34, I don't know what your issue is. Got
girly hands.
But still, in the little recoil that was in a 34, the dot would go out of the window. It was gone. In the SRO, obviously, I mean, I don't know that you can get the dot outside the window.
No.
And the Delta Point Pro, Manny, did you get maced?
No. Well, yes. I had jalapenos on my taco bowl.
Oh, buddy.
I rubbed my eye. And all I did was touch it. It was like, woo! I'm good, though.
But the Delta Point Pro, I mean, it was the same thing. The dot was right there. And I personally believe that the Delta Point Pro is still a viable gaming optic. I have no issues with the Delta Point Pro. I'm not competitive enough to where if I went to the range for a USPSA and I got halfway through and my optic died, it's not going to ruin my standings or anything like that. It just, oh well, crap. But also, I'm probably not going to rattle a Delta Point Pro loose anyway.
Mm-hmm.
But, I mean, I just don't know. It's like when everybody first got phones, they got the big phones, right? And then it slowly went smaller and smaller and smaller, and then you were able to get, you're able to see pictures on your phone. And then the phones got bigger and bigger. So we started at this picture, and then we're getting bigger and bigger, and now they're trying to give us a flip phone again.
Yeah.
What? A phone?
Yep, that's a good analogy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I just am not seeing the benefits of it. None.
The only person I see it benefits is the hobbyist shooter who shoots 100 rounds a year and they want to play with a red dot.
I will say, as far as benefits go, when I first got a red dot, I had a, don't get mad at me, I had a Vortex Venom milled into my slide for my Glock 17. And I fought it, and I fought it, and I fought it because it was so much higher than iron sights. And I think this would be a lot easier to transition to because it's not as high. Mm-hmm. It's just right there. But other than that, other than a training crutch, basically.
I'll say I think this thing perfectly embodies the phrase, it's a solution looking for a problem.
Mm-hmm. Agreed.
They came out with this thing and they're like, what can we say this does that the others don't? So Yep. All
The
right.
question
Yeah, good.
I haven't looked at it enough to see how you adjust it though either. So
It's got 2 screws on the left side coming in. It's easy to adjust.
It's
Oh,
voice
I see it now.
activated.
Yeah, it's voice activated. Do it in an
should
app
be.
for that MSRP.
Mhm.
Okay,
Yep.
let's hit up our last one now. So, Savage has done something that no other American company has done yet. They
False.
just released a line of straight pole bolt
False.
action guns. Huh?
False.
Who was the other American company that came out with
Browning.
it? Browning did?
Browning has a T-bolt.
Ah.
One of the most fantastic 22s on the planet.
Well, there you go. I was wrong. Damn it. All right. Anyway, so they've come out with a line of straight pole bolt guns. They've got 3 different lines coming out. So we'll go ahead and we'll go over. I'm just going to read down the readout of all 3 of them because this is awesome. And Savage is quickly becoming like one of my favorite rifle companies just because they make like good quality stuff, but different stuff. They come out with a lot of stuff. Okay. So we've got first up is their Impulse. It's the Impulse line is the name of this line. So the Impulse Big Game. This is we're going to skip the Cerakote stuff and the stock stuff. It's got
only the color matters though.
It only comes in hazel green Cerakote. So
Close enough.
it's a medium contoured fluted barrel with the length of either 22 or 24 inches, depending on the caliber. The rifle features a flush fit detachable box magazine. Calibers include 6.5 Creedmoor, 243 Winchester, 308 Winchester, 300 Winchester short mag, 30-06, and 300 Winchester Magnum. MSRP for that guy is $14.49. What do you guys think about that particular one?
Yes.
That's going to be your comment for every one of these. Yes.
Well, bolt guns for me are weird anyway because I'm on the wrong side and I won't get a left-handed one.
True.
But I think the straight bolt would be pretty cool.
So,
it's a Savage. I have a high respect for accuracy from Savages.
Yeah.
All right. So next
Yes,
up, we've got
the blankie is warm. I am not.
that's the only downside to doing this outside, huh? Well, more or less outside.
Turn your propane
Okay.
on.
Next up, we've got the Impulse Predator. This one is matte black with mossy oak Gila camo and an AccuStock.
Ew.
What? The camo? Not a fan of the camo?
No.
I don't like mossy oak stuff, but it's got an AccuStock, which is nice. Features a 10-round AICS magazine. Is that the
Accuracy International? It's the standard magazine
for the AR-10s, right?
No.
What?
Accuracy International mag is a single stack mag.
There you go.
It's what all the bolt actions use. Should use at least.
With ambidextrous release, each rifle has a 20-inch barrel and comes in 4 calibers: 22 250, 243 Winchester, 308 Winchester, and 6.5 Creedmoor. The MSRP on this one is $13.79. Quick thoughts on those?
The next one's better.
All right. Now, what makes these different
Yes,
than a
ma'am.
regular bolt action?
Instead
You
of
just pull
having to
straight back,
rack
right?
the bolt up and back, you just pull straight back. It unhinges, pulls back, and then when you push it forward, it locks back into a seat if it's like a T-bolt.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
it's so you're not manually unlocking the lugs and pulling it back. It's kind of like it's more
You know
similar
how your
to an
extractor
AR-15
looks on
bolt.
your AR bolt?
Yeah.
Right up where it meets the round, imagine a handle sticking straight out. And when you would pull back on that handle, it would depress the spring at the back and it would eject the round. Well, instead of ejecting the round, it's releasing itself from the action so then it can slide back and slide forward.
Oh,
This
okay.
is an assumption because I haven't seen the bolt, but you can only do it so many ways.
So it's kind of like a
It's got
charging
a hell of a
handle,
lot of
essentially.
detent balls at the front.
Kind of like a charging handle, yeah.
Yeah.
Some gray note.
Okay. So
Yeah,
last
like
up,
the dangly part on the charging handle.
Right. The dangly part.
Misha says he did. I guess he won't be buying a Savage. Didn't hear a model in 20mm.
Oh,
Okay. Last up, we've got the Impulse Hog Hunter. The Hog Hunter has a matte black finish, dressed in ODG, an ODG AccuStock. Well, that's why Builder's on board.
Manny too.
It's got a heavy barrel that comes in the lengths of 18, 20, or 24 inches. Oh, see, now I'm on board, depending on the caliber. The rifle has a flush-fit detachable MOX magazine. Chamberings include .308 Winchester, 6.5 Creedmoor, 30-06 Springfield, and 300 Winchester Magnum. MSRP for this one is also $13.79. Builder, you want to talk?
Now hear me out. I know it's not available in this, but 18-inch, 300 Win Mag. I shouldn't have to say anything else.
No, I'm down. I am down. You
Talk
can make
about barking. Oh my goodness. And Harry said the bolt is reversible, so I wouldn't know how to use it.
So
I wouldn't know how to use it on my Glock, and I couldn't get the mag out.
I was going to say, I was looking at pictures of it, and I'm like, in my mind's eye, I see it with the bolt handle on the left-hand side. So, yay. Yeah, because that's a good point. If it's a true straight pull bolt gun, you don't need to be able to rotate the bolt a certain direction. You just yank it backwards. So,
what are you gonna say, Manny?
So when you run your bolt actions, you take your hand off fire control?
No.
Then how do you work one?
You have to take your hand off fire control. You would have to reach over top of the gun. I usually have
for a lefty.
I use my right hand.
Oh, that's right. You don't have to worry about that problem then.
I have both hands.
But is one of them retarded?
No,
slightly.
I mean, no more than the other. One of them has a big cut on it. But
you cut your hand again?
No, my finger's still healing.
Oh.
I tell you guys, I sent a knife into my finger. It was fun, grand. I was at my mom's house. She was I was trying to open a toy to see if the batteries in it were replaceable.
That's about right.
Yeah. And I felt it go in, and I felt it go in and stop.
Did it make that pop sound?
It didn't make the pop sound, but I felt it stop, and I was like, oh. So I put everything up, and I handed her the thing, and it was still not bleeding at this point. Now, mind you, this is a rusty knife. This was not my so I might have a little bit of the tetanus, but you know how when you cut yourself with something relatively sharp, it doesn't bleed at first. It just sits there.
Yes. Yes, I do.
And so I did that, and I'm like, oh, maybe it's not that. And all of a sudden it starts dripping, and I'm like, oh, no, where are your Kleenexes? I got to...
It's like when you turn on a garden hose, and it's like, oh, did I turn it? Oh, my gosh!
And so by the time I get to something to put on it, it's just like leaking like crazy. My mom was all freaked out. I was like, no, it's just a cut. It's not that bad. I've dealt with worse, but...
I fell off a jetty last week.
You did fall off a jetty. God, I wish there was video of that.
I do too, because as I'm falling, I look at my brother-in-law and I go, "Catch me!"
Was it in that voice, or was it in like a legitimate scared voice, like "Catch me"?
It's hard to tell, but I was falling past him. He was on a rock above me, and he has a fishing hook in each hand because he's baiting his hooks, and we make eye contact, and his eyes are like, I can't let go of these. One of us will get hurt.
And you were like, one of us is already going to get hurt.
Yeah, I'm already out.
I'm assuming that was worse than falling down a railroad embankment. I said, I'm guessing that was worse than falling down a railroad embankment. To be fair, I slid gracefully.
Yeah, you slid.
Gracefully.
I fell down.
The gun, not gracefully.
It's okay. It's gone.
It is. It went bye-bye. I kind of missed that round, though. That round's a fun round, but it's too damn expensive.
Not with the reloader.
That's a good point. I have one of those now. Dang it. No, I'm moving on to 6.5 Grendel.
Yeah, it's better.
Screw 300. I took the I went shooting last weekend, and I took the 6.5 out, and
With
we were
Timothy?
shooting, huh?
With Timothy?
Yep, with Timothy.
Did you
we
go
were
to
shooting on the-
300 with it?
Did I what?
Did you go to the 300 with it?
No, we didn't have time. Got out there too late. Got out there about 3:00, and it gets dark at like 5:30, and we were just doing tons of other stuff. I got my PO1 preliminary sighted in. Which is freaking awesome. We'll talk about that later. But we go over to the 100-yard range, that far right base 6.
Mhm.
6, yeah. There's a steel plate hanging in the back there. I did not know this. They just leave a steel plate back up there for like hunters to do just a quick sight in. Like, so you can just pop in, pull up. You don't have to drop target or anything. Just take it out. So
How big's that plate?
it looked to be about 14-inch is my guess. So 100 yards, I line it up, and I've got, this thing's got a decent scope on it, and pull the trigger, nail the plate, and do it a couple more times. And first of all, 6.5, when it hits like steel, oh man, these rounds spark like crazy, and it's awesome. Just,
Oh, because it's wolf. Yeah.
yeah. But so I let him take a couple of shots. Sorry, Builder, he got the first shots out of it before you.
That's okay.
Guys, yeah, you could have come. Anyway,
Dibs.
and
I called
he said-
dibs.
and he
I'll
sits
get it
down
before Mania.
and he's like, I'm gonna crank this up, and I'm like, oh, what magnification was it at? And he's like, 3. I think super easy to hit at 3 with 100 yards, like way
Oh,
easier than
yeah.
I was expecting it. But yeah, oh man, it's so sweet though.
6.5 Grendel is the only 6.5 caliber that I will concede is better than the 30 caliber in its cartridge size. If that makes sense. It's better
Oh.
than 7.6239,
Right? Yeah. Okay, that's fair.
which
You
is
don't think
hard for me
6.5
to say.
better than 308 Winchester?
No, nothing's better than 308 Winchester. It's like a Glock 17.
Take price out of the equation. What about then?
No.
6.5. The 6, I guess. Yeah.
6.5 projectiles might expand, but 308 projectiles don't shrink.
You sound like a 45 guy. Dual Lord.
I tell that to 45 guys. Oh, our plumber.
Yeah.
I was talking
Yeah.
to him today, and
Uh-huh.
he's got the LWRC.
Is this the one that I know his wife?
The one that Josh works for?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's got an
Cool.
LWRC, the 45 ACP pistol that
Does it
uses
really?
the UMP mags.
Yeah.
I showed him my Strybog, and then I instantly felt very inferior.
Yeah, she sent me a picture of that. His wife did. She was bragging about it.
I bet.
That jerk. Yeah, I know. Makes you feel super inferior, doesn't it?
I mean, I want to shoot it more than anything with his ammo.
There was somebody else. Oh, yeah, there was when I went shooting last weekend, somebody was supposed to show up with a B&T.
That would have been fun.
Yeah, but they didn't get there by the time I had to leave. So, sadness, tear. We were going to shoot at night too, but that didn't happen either. Oh, Kathleen's saying, does anyone have an Archon? I know people with Archons. I've shot an Archon.
Did I shoot one?
Yeah.
Eh.
You had the same impression I did.
Eh.
Nifty.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. The nifty
I
words.
mean, it's they shoot nice. They don't shoot bad. The triggers, it's basically everything about an Archon is like on the upper end of I like it, but it's not what I was led to believe that it was going to be. It's kind of like
I by
the
no
Luago-
means can say it's a bad gun. I can just say that when I pulled the trigger, it was a compact 9mm.
Mm-hmm.
I will say that I shot it and I shot the Canic in the same day, and the Canic left more of an impression on me than it did.
That's because the Canic cost less than half as much
The Canic
and
made
has
me
a better
giggle.
trigger.
Canic made me giggle a lot. I was like, look at this, I can't miss.
The Canic is. So the Canic review is coming out next week.
Fine.
But right, but
Need those primary arms reviews.
I know I need to get that gun out to a range longer than 100 yards. So the Canic is like when you go to Big Lots Does everybody know what Big Lots is? Just like an overstock store, okay?
Yeah, it's wonderful.
And you have in your mind a certain thing that you want, and you get there, and they don't have the brand name of the thing; they have the off-brand of the thing, and the off-brand of the thing took all of the brand, like all of the shiny stuff that the brand name is like, we have this and this and this, and they like emphasized it. They were like, they have this, well, we have this plus 20%. That's the Canic. It feels like a generic knockoff of a mainstream pistol where they just kind of exaggerated all of the good things.
It was interesting because he bought it, and I was like, I think my exact reaction when you said you bought one was meh.
It was,
and then you're like, man, I really like this, and I'm like, eh. And then we had that conversation several times, and then you're like, you have to shoot it. And I was like, fine, I'll go shoot it. And I didn't even load up the mag all the way. I put 10 rounds in, and I was like, let's see how the bang. Woo, look at that. Those are really nice sights.
They are, man. Those sights are.
They're
very similar to actually, they're the same company that makes the sights that I have for the taco truck.
No, they're not.
Yeah, they are.
They're Warrens, not I don't think they're Dawsons.
They're Warren.
Oh my god.
You have I thought you ordered Dawsons.
No.
Oh, you ordered. I thought you ordered Dawsons for the taco truck.
Warrens were $42.
Oh, there you go.
Project.
Kathleen, give me just a second.
Truck. Bye.
Uh-oh. He's getting me something.
It's not the taco truck.
Did you give that to him yet?
Hi, Big Johnson.
Man, no.
I know you love my robe. I'm cold. I miss you on Instagram.
Okay. All right, Kathleen. Canic 19. Don't tell anybody. Shush. The 19
Supposed to get the calipers out.
is hell no. The 19 is about 3/8 of an inch shorter, or 3/8 of an inch shorter in length, and 1/4 inch shorter in height. And I will get the calipers out for width.
It is just a little bit smaller, and I appreciate it for some reason.
So the main body, the Canic's got, it's really wide at the controls. The main body is 1.13, but the controls are 1.25 inches. The Glock's widest is 1.16 inches. So Glock is
Kathleen, it's a
narrower.
little bit smaller than a 19.
No, it's a little bit bigger.
Oh, it is?
The 19 is smaller.
It is?
Yeah.
Maybe that's why I liked it.
I just done told you. The Canic is 3/8 of an inch longer, 1/4 inch taller, and about 1/8 of an inch wider.
Where's Manny go? Did you get jalapenos in your eyes again? Put your face in a bowl of milk.
Don't mind me. I'm just sticking guns up on magnets.
What?
There
No.
he is.
No.
You have
If I
22
went,
minutes before I turn into a pumpkin.
22 minutes for? Okay.
you do not have 22 minutes till you turn into a pumpkin. You have
You
2
do.
hours and 22 minutes.
I am frigid, sir.
You're not his dad.
You're
So?
not my dad.
You're not even my real dad. Oh.
Everybody I work with says that to my dad now.
Yep. Yes, applied performance is correct. Boomer came in second at Nats with the Canic.
Yeah, like that's the Canic is no gun that costs that much
Should be that good.
should be that good. None, no gun.
No,
Well, and the thing
No,
is, so
that's not
so
true.
like what?
Every gun that's that good should cost that much.
Okay, I agree with you there.
Yep.
So the only thing about my particular one that I'm not the biggest fan of, other than the fact that it just feels like a generic thing, is
Luke,
the trigger on mine. Like the Canic trigger is top tier striker gun.
Hey, Kathleen wants to know what length of barrel is it.
I don't know,
It is.
probably 4 1/4.
You want me to Google it real quick?
5 inches.
That's not a
It's
5
not
inch
a 5
barrel
inch.
gun.
Manny,
Yeah,
you Google
wait till
it.
you get it.
My hands are
Wait
under
till you get it.
warm toasty blanket.
So anyway, yeah. Well, let me look really
I
quick.
think it's like 3.8 something. Big Johnson says
4. You know what I've really surprised is I had to go back to the stock trigger in the 17.
What?
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, you didn't hear about that?
I did.
Okay.
Yeah, so the CP broke for everyone to know, but CP is taking care of it. But it's quite interesting how I really don't notice how bad this trigger is when you just roll through it.
4.2 inches.
Hmm.
So that's a long barrel.
Yeah.
Have you seen the commercial about the chick pulling the truck forward to get the goose ball on the gooseneck trailer on the goose ball, and the guy says, "I really should be quit lying to her about what 6 inches is."
Yes, I did see that. What was I trying to say? Oh, the trigger. So the trigger on mine is super light. It's like between 3.5 and 4.5 pounds. It varies, which to me is too light for defensive. I like a 4.5 to 5.5 pound defensive trigger, but it's like perfect for a competition gun. Just freaking like right in the sweet spot for me. So
Is that a flat? That's a curved trigger shoe, isn't it?
yes, it's curved, very curved. With and this is one of the things that is comically large, is the gigantic trigger guard.
Yeah,
like it
looks like FN.
They're gonna put 2 fingers in there.
Well, that's the part they stole from FN when they pieced it all together.
Like here, let me show you how big this thing is.
That's what he.
There it is. Okay, I can fit
yes.
almost my whole hand through that trigger guard. Best $10 ever.
My favorite striker is the Glockenstein 34.
The Glockenstein. Hey, that's one of Builder's favorite ones. Well, Builder and Manny both subscribe to the 17 being the best gun ever.
Yeah, period.
They take the James Yeager approach of every gun should be a Glock and every Glock should be a Glock 17.
How dare you, sir?
He assumed something about us. We should slap him with our real big hands.
Yeah, good luck.
No, mine are under the blankie.
I'm so small, I'll just like slide through your fingers.
I need to get you the Strybog so you can put that detent charging handle thingy in it.
Yeah, you do. I gotta find that. It's in the car somewhere.
Oh, God, it's lost.
If it was my truck, it would be.
Probably. It might be. I don't know. James Yeager took SBA money. What's SBA money? Can you guys help me out there?
I don't know.
Single Bully Anonymous. Strybog Bitches Association. Single Badass Armory.
And see, I don't
what?
I don't know.
Sore bruised asshole.
Oh, there we go. Sore bruised. Small business admin. Gotcha. That makes way more sense.
Yeah.
That doesn't surprise me at all, though. He's gonna suckle that government heat if he can.
Probably that PPE money or PPP money.
Sorry, I'm going back in the chat a little bit. Kathleen says she shot an SFX competition model in 5 inches. It was okay. Yeah, and that's the SFX. Okay, I haven't shot one. But for that price, it can't be bad. With the features of like the Canix, it can't be bad. I mean, it may not shoot as nice as a 34 or a Legion or a Shadow, but you're paying $550. So, and this come with what, 3 mags?
Probably.
I think it is.
I don't like the one thing I don't like about the optic
4
mechanic is the fact I don't like its mounting system. It just looks really high.
Yeah, I haven't done that yet. Misha says he remembers when everyone said the Gen 1 M&P shield was absolutely worst. It is. I hate my shield. If I could make enough out of my shield to buy a replacement for my shield, I would sell it, but I can't.
My father just bought a third shield.
Why? In 40 again?
No.
What's this one in?
He has a
357 SIG. Ooh.
He has a 2.0 Shield Performance Center.
Right.
And 45.
40, 45, and now 9mm.
Do they make a 10 mil?
Oh, dear Lord. It would be terribly ineffective. It would be a 40 because the Glock 20 ballistics are just a joke. 10mm needs a barrel.
Yeah. So put a suppressor on it.
So much unburnt powder.
Mm-hmm.
But it's ported, and I'm interested in shooting it. His 40 shoots pretty nice for a 40.
Harry
So
says
I'd like
this
to see
time
what
he
this
bought an
9 should
actual shield. I can just see your dad walking out with a shield and be like, "Hey, Andy, look what I got."
He told me, he's
Genius.
like, I got something. I was like, what'd you get? And he's like, I got another shield. And I was like, what? He's like, in 9mm. And I was like, yeah, okay.
All right, we
I
got
told him,
another
I was
bot
like, I know a guy that can probably get you a new trigger for one of those, but only one trigger. And he's like,
Right,
no,
only
I
one.
want to leave the same so they match.
all terrible triggers.
No, they're the Performance Center triggers. They're actually quite improved.
Yeah.
Are
The
they
2.0 triggers aren't bad. Okay, so my shield was an early, like,
His 40 is actually a 1.0
is it?
Performance Center.
But it wasn't like a first
Yeah.
9 months 1.0, right?
No,
They,
it's the Performance Center as well.
okay.
It has a pretty decent trigger just because it's got broke in.
So when the shield first came out, and this was with the MMP2, but the shield came out, and for the first 6 months to a year or so, I don't remember exactly how long it was, the triggers were just atrocious, so bad,
I had
and
that
so
one.
many complaints that they had to change it, and they did. But mine is one of those early ones, and it was so bad.
When I
Bad.
got mine, it had been fired at the Smith & Wesson plant, I think 4 days before it was in my hand.
Wow.
They were turning them out that fast.
Did you have an early one or a late one? Or later, anyway?
I had an early,
Okay. Was the trigger bad?
very early one. Yeah, I mean, it was terrible. I outshot Greg with it, though, and he was using his full size.
Take
and then he
that.
got mad.
And then he sold all of his MMPs and switched to Glock.
Now he's
What's
still
he
got
carrying?
MMPs. He carries a 19 now,
Does
like
he?
a real man.
I don't think he had a
I mean, a
19.
real smaller man.
Right, a real
Yeah.
small man. Greg suffers from the same thing as I do, tiny hand syndrome.
You're not
He's
wrong.
got little hot dog fingers, but
Kielbasas, we want to call them.
we got to invite him shooting, by the way. He's super sad because he hasn't gone shooting in forever.
Yeah, I know.
I also say we need to get Timothy's friend who DQ'd at the last match to come shoot with us.
What? Oh, I wasn't there.
Just need
Why
to
wasn't I
get a
there?
membership out at Wildcat and have a
My
range
wife
day.
had the Rona.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah, he DQ'd on the first. What happened?
He tried to
he
put his
broke the
gun back
180.
in the holster. No, he flagged
no,
himself. He
yeah.
tried to put his gun back in the holster to move to the next position, and he like flagged him. He like flagged his hand.
Yeah,
coming
he
off
flagged his hand on the way down.
That's a bummer.
because all I can remember is Larry going like this, like he did this on this. It's of course Larry didn't even have the timer until that guy until him.
Yeah, that was his first one.
Was that the guy that was running the Shadow 2?
No, that was Micah, and no, this was some other guy, and he was running a VP9.
Yep.
Hmm.
He was really nice.
Felt bad for him.
He was in good. He was in good spirits the whole match, though. Even though when he was hanging out with us.
Yeah, he was. I mean, he didn't throw a fit or anything.
Did he run the tablet the whole
Misha's-
time? Because I did that when I DQ'd
No, he ran
on the first stage.
No, someone's wife ran the tablet.
Yeah, I don't remember whose it was,
That's
but
convenient.
it worked out well
They were
actually.
teaching
That was
her how
a
to
good
use
squad.
the tablet, so it was interesting.
Misha said that he's amazed at how crap the FN 509 trigger pull is for the name, price, and the price and the features, and being an FN. Yeah, the 509 trigger stock is not the best.
It's Glock Gen 4 level.
I would say worse. And
Ooh,
it's because of the
good.
way that their trigger is. Their trigger bar is cantilevered. So when you pull the trigger back, it pushes the bottom. And then it's a bar that rides inside the frame. And then the top is what actually engages the sear. And so you get a little bit of a tweak on there. And it's just not... It creates a lot of mush and a lot of... grit isn't the right word, but you can feel that pressure.
Yeah, it's just bad ergonomics. And geometry. Bad geometry.
Right. Yep. Great Note says he regrets selling his P226. Is he wrong? Yes. Well, I mean, what are you wrong about?
He has been replied to already
Has
successfully.
he? Oh,
No, builder shooter. You must tell them in voice.
I feel like I need a SIG
classic
classic
line
gun,
pistols
but-
are turds.
Yeah, they don't fit my hand.
They don't fit my hand either.
Well armed is here. How's it going?
But you have European
I
hands.
do have European-sized hands, which is why the
only-
FN fits so well.
The only classic line SIG that I actually do care for, the 220 fits very comfortably in my hand. But it's a single stack 45.
Yeah, that's kind of useless.
So that's hard for
it's
me
not
to
useless.
like.
It's one of those guns that's fun, and that's about it.
I will say, good job wielding
Okay,
well armed.
reload wrap. The 228 is an acceptable gun to own too.
Yeah, that is true. But I will say, good job wielding well armed. He got on the Talon size channel.
Yeah, he did. Congratulations, man.
I had to pause the video and actually take a screenshot and send it to work. I'm like, holy shit.
Yeah, you
'Cause I
sent it
stopped
to me
watching
too. I was
Talon.
there.
Oh yeah, but you never reply during the day. It's like it's hit or miss when you show up.
You mess with my audiobook, so I mute you.
That's fine. We've been
I
pretty
had
much on
everybody
that now.
muted, and then work was like, I can't believe you muted me. So then I unmuted his personal message stream.
So I use it
don't
very
feel bad.
sparingly.
Everybody is muted.
Even his wife's muted, but I'm not.
You know who I miss? Jordan, where
Kidding.
are you? I'll start talking about pissing on the floor if you
That's a
show
good
up.
point. Where the hell is he?
Yeah, and Humble, I miss them.
Oh,
Humble got to meet a cool person that I wish to really meet. He met him on Monday.
Oh yeah,
He met-
You can say it. He posted it up on
I know.
the
He met-
Patreons.
He met the Patrick Roberts. If anyone knows, he was on TFTV. Blah. He used to host what? Gun
TFB
Shorts.
TV. Yeah.
Yeah, before Gun Shorts.
Well, no. So TFB TV is an amalgamation of different hosts, and they each have their own segments. So James Reeves does their mail time stuff, and a couple of basically if it's a Glock, James gets it. Patrick was he liked long-term reviews. Well, TFB TV doesn't like long-term reviews. They want to get them in, get them out, get the content out. And so he ended up leaving, but he is probably one of the better long-term reviewers. He's actually one of the guys, or the guy, that brought to light the SIG P320 drop safety issue. He's the guy that found that.
I met him through Steve Fisher, and we always make fun. And I ask him when he's going to finally produce these shirts. Says Steve Fisher's my real dad, because we make a joke of it all the time.
Ooh, Misha's waiting on a trigger and sear from Apex. For what though? Oh, the 509, right? So the 509 that I have right now, not mine, it's on loan, actually has an Apex trigger, and it's muy bueno. It's a good trigger. Kathleen says Patrick has his opinions. He does. He is very opinionated. But I don't dislike people whose opinions don't always match with mine, as long as they back it up. He does a pretty good job of backing his stuff out.
Especially with facts and actual experience, and not just say, I pulled this gun out of this box, I shot 3 rounds through it, and here's my review.
I mean, I'm friends with these guys, and they live, eat, and breathe Glock, so...
Well, no. That's just what I shoot and have. Doesn't mean that I live and breathe them, that I am not a James Yeager and say,
the gun
all you need
world.
is a Glock 19.
Ew.
Yeah, it's 17, Manny. Come on.
Oh, I said that James Yeager will live and die on the Glock 19, and he is wrong.
So years later, after he did that whole thing, he came back and he was like, let me tell you what I mean by that. I don't mean it's got to be a Glock 19. I mean it needs to be reliable and the size of a Glock 19. And I'm like, no, dude.
And it probably at the bottom it said, no, I'm really mean. Just buy a Glock 19 and quit asking about it.
Yeah.
Like people ask him about guns on, like I used to pop in on his live chats on Wednesdays, and he would just say, get a Glock 19. Why don't you have a Glock 19? Buy one of those.
I
Except
have.
he'd probably say you only need a Gen 3.
You have gun news?
I have gun news.
Share, baby.
Share. Wait.
We need the music.
Yep, I'm working on it. It's going slow. It's it closed the app. Give me a okay. Nope, that's the wrong one. There we go.
Oh God.
That was about as bad as it could get.
Tell me when it's over. Am I good?
It's over. You're good.
Vortex released new optics.
Yes,
Oh yeah. They did.
The Spark.
Yeah,
I want the Spark Solar, please.
The Spark Solar at Sportsman's Guide is $280. The Vortex Spitfire HD Gen 2 Prism 3 power.
3 power. Yep.
It is $400, and the Vortex Spitfire HD Gen 2 5X Prism is $450. That's all the information I have.
I'm down.
Here the 2032 batteries. You know, the Spark Solar's got solar. It comes with 2 mounts. It's a 2
I
MOA
wonder
dial.
if the solar on the Spark is better than the solar on my Holosun 403, because I don't care for the solar on my 403.
What's it do?
It automatically reverts to solar after 12 hours of being on. So, yeah, I like my dot being the color I leave it on, or the brightness I leave it on, and it doesn't. So it's always on, but you can wash it out with a flashlight if you have to use it at night.
Big Johnson says that they also came out with a shooting tripod.
Oh.
Like shooting sticks?
Stand-up tripod for it. I've always thought of the shooting tripods more of like an out west, like long range stalking game until you're like 1,000 yards away thing.
Are you talking like a hog saddle?
I don't know.
Probably. I would imagine so.
Well, so there are shooting. Nope, a long range tripod. Okay, so it's like a camera tripod with a screw thing that screws into the bottom of the handguard.
It would be like a hog saddle then, yeah.
Okay.
Gotcha.
I just don't know what a hog saddle is. He said hog saddle, and I see something that you stick the gun in.
It's a camera tripod.
Oh, I got you.
With a grippy on top.
Yep, I got you now. Which is nifty, but it's also a camera tripod. So
I didn't know what it was until Manny just made the hand motion, and then I caught on.
But you know what I'm talking about. You got to put it on a Manfrotto. Put it on a Manfrotto tripod. Gray Note.
Hey, Gray Note. Have a good night, man.
I'll have to find a way to get a hold of you since you're off Instagram now.
I like the way you think.
No. Before you leave. Okay. So let's see. Gray Note. Oh, he's leaving. I was going to bring up his thing about VSO's video on Red Dots. Did either one of you guys see it?
I watched 5 minutes of it and left. And then I watched Humble's reply, and I watched Applied Performance Shooting's reply.
It was very similar, in my opinion, to James Yeager's post up on Red Dots, which I'm guessing might be part of why he wrote that. But
he's a Yeager,
so basically, he came in and he laid out quite a few of what he thinks were legitimate reasons to not run a Red Dot. I posted up some of them in my video.
VSO is.
You're gonna
don't recognize him, but you probably haven't seen a video from him for a while. He doesn't come up on my feed, and I do watch his stuff. So
his name is Curtis. He's terrible.
Curtis Lowe. It's an interesting channel. He's got a heck of an awesome gun room.
But you don't need to lobbing bullets with your front sight serrations is like no.
Huh?
He was talking about shooting at distance is one of the reasons that he doesn't like shooting with a dot versus irons, because with the dot you have to aim above the target at nothing, which is, Kentucky windage basically with the dot. Whereas with irons, the way he does it is he'll keep looking straight at the target through the rear sight, and he'll just raise the front sight, which is essentially doing an identical thing, just slightly less accurate.
Yeah, doing like this.
Yeah. So.
Yeah. See, this isn't a gun. This is just a slide, so I'm not muzzling myself.
I've already shown too. It doesn't matter. Hey, Wheeled and Well Armed would like to know if you just got out of the bathtub.
No, I am in my camper and I am quite cold.
Hurry up, we're waiting.
I'm waiting to go in my shower.
And yeah, the Humble Marksman, our buddy, did do a very good retort video, taking each one of VSO's points and dissecting them as to why he was wrong.
Right, and using his actual game experience and knowledge of firearms.
Yep. So that was a good one.
Everyone, if you're not subscribed to the Humble Marksman, go do so, please. He's not here
Yeah,
to
my dad.
pump himself.
Well,
you already
yeah, he's
subscribed,
not here. Don't he ditched us.
Oh,
Don't advertise for him on my channel when he's not even gonna come to streams.
hey,
Actually,
he,
I forgot to invite him tonight, so there's that.
he probably has been making that YouTube money.
Yeah,
Or he's probably editing a video, to be honest with you,
he might be.
because he can't launch those until the 12th, so he's probably editing them.
Oh, wait, he's back now.
Oh, he's back
He's back.
down. Oh, in a van.
I thought you were just gonna call it and run away.
I thought about it, but I don't run, so.
That's well, we wouldn't have known if you had run or walked or moseyed. You could have slithered for all we knew.
Have you seen
No.
Now You See Me? The magic movie?
The
No,
fake
no,
magic
no,
movie?
that's not.
No.
Never mind.
Okay.
It doesn't matter. The Incredible
now I'm
Burt
interested.
Wonderstone.
The what?
The Incredible Burt Wonderstone. It's a magic comedy with Steve Carell and
You're not my dad.
well, he's being taught by this old magician. The old magician has like health problems, so he goes into the hospital and he, gives him his last words, and he throws down a big puff of smoke. They're like,
Oh, jeez.
I can see him. He's under the bed. What do? We just walk away, and he's like crouched down under the bed trying to hide.
What the heck, Manny?
It's a dog toy. It sits
Oh,
on my desk.
is it a dragon?
Yeah, it's a dragon dog toy.
Why do you? Is it some dog toys just? Well, I mean, maybe it's just because I'm an a-hole to my dog, but he just never like if it
I
makes
wouldn't say
sounds
that.
and
Your
it's
dog's looking
pushy, he doesn't
good.
care what it looks like, huh?
Your dog's looking good.
What? My dog?
Your dog.
My
is
dog.
looking
He is.
better.
Which is surprising. He's gone way downhill in the last since you were here. He's
kidding.
so I've got a lab and he turned 13 in November.
Because he had full life when I got back, or when I saw him. Like his body was saying what his mind has been saying for years.
Yeah. And he does usually when people stop by for a while, but he's just getting old. The back steps are giving him a lot of problems. We have a 2-step back stoop,
Mhm.
and he's got to get himself riled up to get up him now.
Oh man.
Yeah. So
Build him a ramp.
dude, there's no way my wife's gonna let us put a ramp back there.
Just to be a little ramp. Doesn't have to be that long. And then the kids can go out the back door on a
He's got
skateboard.
He's got a couple old rustic doors in his garage. He can just take those down and lay it down as a ramp for the dog.
Here we go. I've actually got a couple in my basement too. I have way too many random doors and windows for this house. It's what happens when you live in a 100-year-old house and you make modifications to it.
Same here. I've got 2 doors 10 feet that way.
Yeah, Misha said he just turned the TV on to see the Patriot is on, and after yesterday, it seems coincidental.
Wait, are you sure it's not live footage from today, or is it really the Patriot?
Okay, before I gotta show you something.
But also,
Wait, we're
if you
not
think about-
supposed to talk about this.
we didn't. But it's funny because have you seen the memes of what I ordered, and then what I got from
the
Wish?
movie, The Patriot.
My favorite are the
Screw
Nicolas
political
Cage memes.
Oh, those are the best.
Yes.
Those are the best. I
Okay.
knew it.
So, I recently purchased this for myself.
Have you cut anything with it?
No.
Why not?
Because it's pretty dull.
Because he hasn't let me sharpen it yet.
I haven't let Builder sharpen it yet.
And then he cut himself on it.
No, I
Like
didn't.
hardcore he will.
Once Builder's done, I will. But no. So I bought this specifically because of the movie The Patriot, specifically because of the woods scene, because I feel like everybody who considers themselves a patriot after that needs a hatchet.
You mean a tomahawk?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a tomahawk.
Yeah. Sorry.
It's okay. I forgive you.
So I
haven't
got
thrown it yet.
my strop. My parents got me a strop for Christmas.
Ooh.
Which, if you don't know what a strop is, it's what you do after you sharpen a knife. It's a leather.
Do you
basically
remember
leather
what I
attached
told
to
you
a
it
leather.
does? You don't
makes
remember?
sharp stuff sharper.
Okay,
No.
fair.
And they also pack tomahawk.
Anyway,
Yeah.
I stropped one of my cheap ass Mora knives after I sharpened it, and you know, like when you shave, if you sharpen your knife, you can shave the hair, but then if it's like incredibly sharp, the hair
just
almost
cuts
jumps. Well, the hair almost
Mhm.
jumps out of the way, like it makes a popping sound.
No
It's
kidding.
like popping hair sharp. It's incredible.
Wow.
Yes, very excited.
That's kind of awesome.
Like I want to sharpen my brand new buck knife, but I don't because it's brand new.
Harry purchased a tactical tomahawk. Does that mean it's got a
That's
black
smooth.
handle instead of a wood one?
That's
I'll bet
most-
it does. I'll bet it's got a black handle. Oh.
No, it's
Let's
probably
see.
all polymer and metal and stuff. It's got
Pistol
Allen
Pete
screws.
says he's not supposed to ask people on YouTube why they make videos, spending half of it asking for subscriptions and Patreon, or his comment gets blocked.
You can ask Work that.
Yeah, go for it. I don't spend half my videos asking for that. I actually don't even advertise my Patreon anymore.
You don't even put anything on
You
your
can definitely
Patreon.
ask
I don't,
Manny
that's
because
why
he
I don't
can't afford to
advertise
lose a subscriber.
Hey.
Right?
Sorry.
No,
Manny.
I had one guy hop on and he was like, he goes, overly enthusiastic. What were his things? Overly enthusiastic. Couldn't keep his hands still. And this was a floating headshot, in which case I talk a lot with my hands, but not that much. And then he goes, and dropped a Patreon link. Sorry, I'm out. And I'm like, overly enthusiastic. What the hell do people want in gun reviews? I'm actually going to do an entire video on what gun reviews based on viewer comments and what they expect it to be.
Oh god, that'd be wonderful.
Oh, it's going to be glorious. I've got yeah. It's going to be fun. It's going to be like 5 minutes straight of shooting. Just 5 minutes of that. and then it's going to be 2 minutes of just showing targets. Just the targets. Not the shooting, not the targets after the shooting.
Yes.
all in one take. You can't do anything.
Oh no. It's just going to be hit after hit after hit. Speaking of shooting and B-roll
Like-
and shooting in videos.
Like Paul Harrell reviews.
Yeah, right. So one of Mac's things that he does now, I love this, is every single time he this is how he does it. He goes, all right, we're going to take some shots through this. Now we're not going to shoot a lot because ammo being what it is, but we'd like to thank our friends over at Federal for providing this ammo. And it's like, you mother trucker, you get free ammunition and you're not willing to actually shoot. But those of us who don't get free ammunition are out there like blasting off 100 rounds just for B-roll. Oh, tool.
Yeah. Well, he's not fancy enough to get all that good ammo because they actually have a competition team and screw Mac.
No, he does get that ammo though. They give him ammo, lots of it. I think he's just saving it up.
Yeah.
I would.
Yeah. But he's going to run PCC Syntec through a pistol.
Everybody does.
Yeah, people run that stuff all the time.
I mean, how much different is that than shooting 115 pistol loads out of a PCC?
Well, yeah. Well, yeah. But it's
Ha!
it's so weird. Isn't like the PCC is like what 130 grain? It's like a really odd weight.
It is. I think it's 130.
Yeah, and it's like a really. I think it's a slow burning powder, or a faster burning powder.
It would be a slower burning powder.
Yeah,
Yes.
It's not. Yeah, your hand loads like for your pistol, like on like a 5-inch gun, are totally not going to be okay for a PCC. You're going to be like in major power factor land after the end of that. You know,
so a pistol, a 9mm specifically, between a 4-inch and an 8-inch barrel, it gains dramatically as far as ballistics go. And then going from an 8 to 16, it is very, very minimal. I was just talking about this today. Like,
I plan on testing this.
yes, between a 4 and an 8, you gain like 200 feet per second, and between an 8 and a 16, you gain like 30 to 50.
yeah.
You would probably gain more if you cut 4 more inches off of that and went 12. I'll bet by the time I'll bet your
It hasn't
powder is burned
started
between
slowing
8 and
down.
12 inches. Yeah.
It hasn't started slowing down at 16 yet.
Okay.
A 22 long rifle does that. In a 20-inch barrel, the barrel is actually long enough that it makes most bulk 22 subsonic because it has already started to slow down in the barrel. But a 9mm it's still accelerating out of a 16.
So this is somewhat off topic. John Jeffries says he thinks Federal needs to start sending primers to USPSA clubs to keep the sport active, like you heard mentioned in a Pops Quest video earlier. That would be awesome, but the only two things about that are, one, Federal only minorly cares about it in that aspect because they know that if bullets aren't, or if bullet components aren't available, people will go buy their actual bullets. And two, every single primer right now that Federal makes is going into a bullet because they make more money from them.
Well, they could even just make it send them ammo. You know, they could actually send them finished ammo.
Now that they could do, yeah, that I think that would actually be a pretty good idea, is to send clubs dedicated ammo amounts, and so that members, when they come and enter into the match, can buy ammo at the same time. That's not a bad idea.
Make your match fee expensive, but I think it'd be good for the sport and good for keeping people shooting. Because this year it's either going to be you have the components or you're going to be struggling to shooting this year.
I'm going to be struggling. I need to get some projectiles and make another 400 rounds. That's all the primers I got left. So,
well, like I said, Black Bullets is open when I sent you that link, so they might still be open.
I just need to do it.
Finding primers.
Huh?
What? I keep finding
them like around. Yeah.
As I clean.
I'm just gonna come hang out with you for an afternoon in your gun room and just poke things while we're BSing. Oh, look, there's a primer. It's mine now.
No, I'm like finding the 100 packs.
Oh, dang.
Oh, damn.
Yeah. Like I just found a 100-pack of small rifle, and I was like, I know what I'm going to do with that.
Those will go in 9mm.
I have a new caliber that I have.
223.
Yeah.
Do you trim your cases?
Huh?
Do you trim your 223 cases?
I haven't needed to yet.
Okay.
All I have right now is one fired.
Harry just brought up what I was going to say. I have a new caliber I have to reload for.
No, those are large rifle primers or large pistol primers.
Pistol.
They are. Are you going to support this, Harry, monetarily? Then yes.
They did have these at Four Guns, about a local gun store, about 2 months ago. They had some. Didn't check the prices because I couldn't use them at the time.
I need to get myself a single stage.
A what?
A single stage press.
Oh, okay. I have 4 heads for my 550. So I'm just going to set up. I've got my 9mm head set up. I'm going to grab a 6.5 Grendel, a 45 Colt, and probably a 308 head.
If those are available. Wow, yeah. Conversion kits and dies. I think the tool heads are all the same.
So I have a conversion kit for 308 and 38 special 357 mag. There's one more and I can't remember what it was.
Wasn't it 45?
It's not 45, I don't think. What'd you say, Builder?
I thought it was 223.
I think it is 223. But 223 is the one that I don't know. I'm less likely to reload 223. 223 is still, I don't shoot it as much, and it doesn't cost as much as the other ones do.
That's what I'm most excited to reload right now because I want to load some spicy 77s.
That'll be fun.
My neighbor loads 90 grainers.
I found some 85s, and it has me really, really tempted. I just don't know how much data is out there for 85s. I know there's a ton of data out there for 77s.
I need to see if I can buy primers off my neighbor.
There you go.
Literally like 100 feet from my house, like right there. But yeah, he shoots long range with them. It's really interesting. I need to go up with him to the long range place and watch him shoot.
I wonder how fast those are going, because 70s aren't 70s going like 29?
Oh no.
Not even?
No. 69s and 77s and stuff. You're going like 2,500.
Okay.
The 1 in 7 twist works Like you can shoot a 45 grain projectile out of a 1 in 7 twist if you run it slow. You can shoot a 77 grain projectile out of a 1 in 12 twist if you freaking push it.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not so much the weight of the projectile, it's the speed that it comes out.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why 1 in 8's my favorite. It's kind of the do everything twist rate.
And I mean, 1 in 9 will go up to 69, and 1 in 7 will go down to 55. So
right,
they're pretty universal there. But and a guy I work with and I have talked about this several times. 22-250s are sorry, I was reading that. 22-250s are notorious for melting down barrels because they're going too fast. Because you'll put like a 40 grain projectile in a 22-250 and hit like 4,000 feet per second. But if they put a fast twist rate on there, you could shoot like 90 grain 22-250s and you would have a freaking hell around, man. You would have the what was the 22 or 223, 224 Valkyrie. You would have a 224 Valkyrie that actually is worth a shit.
Right.
Yeah, did they ever figure out what was wrong with that round?
Yeah, it wasn't a 223.
What?
Right.
Oh, one of those solutions and looking for a problem.
Yeah.
Yep. All right, I am going to leave and take a shower and warm up and go to bed. But
sounds good, Builder.
Before I leave, I have a challenge for the chat.
Okay.
If there were to be a future podcast started, we need topics to discuss.
And a name for the podcast.
A name, topics to discuss, referring to probably like top 5 lists, top 3 lists, top 10 lists, stuff like that. And we can maybe pull up something to compare it with.
I'll expand a little bit.
Okay.
Yep.
Have a great night, everybody.
See you, Builder. So yeah, so Men at Work. Oh, that's not bad. I like that one. So Builder and I are considering doing we are going to do a 2-man sit down podcast, and we are going to,
None. Reload wrap.
And we are going to we're going to theme it. It's not just going to be necessarily us sitting down and talking about just whatever comes up. So the 2 different themes that we have are boats and hose. No, it's not boats and hose. So we got top five lists, but these aren't like normal top 5 lists, like top 5 favorite guns, top 5 favorite pistols, top 5 favorite. No, these are slightly more unique lists. Like we've got top 5 FUD guns. Top 5 car shotguns. Top 5. We're gonna do. We're not just doing guns either. We got like top 5 knives, top 5 fixed blade knives. Top 2 guns from each World War I, World War II, and Vietnam. And then we're looking at doing the A Zone team. Top 10 guns to pawn. Oh, that's a good one.
None of them. Keep them all. Sell them. Make more money.
You can get rid of one as long as you replace it with one.
Right, but you can sell them right now for more than you can pawn them.
That's true. Okay, that's fair. So our second one is a build series where we go through and we build in our mind what an optimal thing would be. So like a build series for a pistol, we would take and dissect each one of like a feature of a gun that we particularly like and put that into what our optimal pistol build would be, or rifle, etc. So that's kind of what we're looking at, holding it down to about a half an hour. But yeah, if you guys want to toss some ideas in there for the list one, I think is going to be the one that's going to get the most ideas, or just the name. Harry's got Men at Work. I like that one. But yeah, so let's see how long we've been going at this. About an hour and 20 minutes. We'll go for another few. So Manny, what have you been doing lately in the gun world? Let's go with YouTube first. What have you been doing lately with YouTube?
YouTube, I took a break like you did. I'm in the works on a couple projects, a couple reviews. I'm working on finishing the Reload Wrap, editing that now. I had to reshoot a clip, unfortunately, because of bad audio. So,
I feel you there.
but luckily, it wasn't that long. It was just a talking head segment, so that wasn't too bad because I had to disable the internet. So that's almost done. I've got a new review on these continuous precision extended base pads for Glock mags. Here, if I can see if it'll focus. Yeah. Oh, nope. They got their logo engraved on the bottom. It's pretty cool, but it's not going to show up. So
no, it's not.
That's gonna. I've got to tell you guys about the continuous precision trigger issue.
Oh yeah.
Yep, that'll be a video coming out shortly. It's late. The package, I shipped it off on Monday, and it's not there yet. It said it was going to be there today, but
USPS is USPS.
Well, and it's stupid because last night it got to like a big city next to them, and it didn't move all day. And like it got there last night. Why did it not move?
They're in Michigan, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So it went from my house up to Grand Rapids, which is about an hour and a half away. And then it went to Lansing, which is 45 minutes away from me. So it went back down a little bit and then over to Pontiac, which is like another hour away. Which I hate how mail flies in Michigan because it's got to go to this big sorting center, to another sorting center, to another sorting center, and then to their local post and then delivered. But it's absolutely stupid. But yeah, we've got a cool project coming up. You guys are doing a podcast. I'm also doing an interview show, a new interview segment. Whenever we don't have a live stream, I'm hoping to fit that into my recording sessions with industry people, trainers, competitive shooters, people I've met through the gun community who I've been able to bounce off ideas either in competition shooting or in guns in general. That's going to come out. I think the first episode is going to be a guy, my buddy Joe from Wisconsin. I think he's going to be the first episode if I can get times to line up. I'm just going to record those and then post those periodically. I've got 10 or so people either I've got ideas of having on or in the queue already, which is pretty cool. Those are going to be about a half hour to an hour long. I'm going to post, before I record with them, I'm definitely going to post a story asking for questions because I've got some questions, but I know people out there have got their own questions.
That'll be good if you let them know who you're getting on there for specific questions.
Yep. So that'll be fun. I'm hoping, like I said, hopefully I'll get my buddy Joe on there sooner rather than later before he gets off Instagram too. I understand people's reasons in getting off Instagram and Facebook, but they're, I understand the reasons, but I'm too clicked into social media to lose that when it's Instagram's like my only true social media platform. YouTube, I post YouTube videos, but it's like the only
YouTube is different.
Yeah, Instagram's my only social interaction unless I have your cell phone number. But yeah, so in shooting the last 2 months since December, I've been dry firing really hard. I've been working on a lot of movement and gun manipulation skills, so that's been fun. I'm dry firing about 6 days a week now for at least an hour a day. It's been awesome because I really enjoy it.
How much are you dry firing?
6 days a week for at least an hour a day, but the hour's been broken up between like 2 to 3 sessions a day. Like normal day, I'll have 2 half-hour sessions, one in the morning before work, one after work, or I'll get one in the morning, one in the afternoon, one at night. Split it up 20 minutes to a half hour long a piece.
Yep.
If it's longer than that, I lose interest. So
yeah, I hear you.
And it's because I can sit in this chair and I'll work on the computer or what. As soon as I sit down in this chair, I lose all notion to get up and work on something.
Mm-hmm.
So yesterday I worked on reloads from not just off the timer, but literally I would have gun it pointed out on target, break the trigger, drop the mag, and go within 0.6 seconds.
I saw that.
That was about 50 to 40% hit rate right now, and that was just to see if I could go that fast. So if I can hit in dry fire a 0.6 reload, I've got no problem hitting a 0.8 all day comfortably in a match condition.
Right. Really quick. So Yoda Blaster said might be good for video instead of a podcast, but comparing a modded budget gun and a top tier factory auction. So I'm trying to get. So we did a build on a Rock Island TAC Ultra. It's a 9mm, essentially a limited gun. It's a double stack 1911. And they're awesome from the factory for the price. They come in at like about $750. Well, we put some money into it. It's about a $1,000.50 gun right now.
Inflation, $1,500.
Well, no, it's not inflation. It's all the stuff we put in it. But we put new trigger components in. We put a better magwell on. Let's see, Evolution Gunworks trigger components, Fusion Firearms trigger shoe. We've got Taylor Freelance magwell and magazine extensions, and a spare mag from Metgar, which is a P18 mag. The thing is freaking awesome, and I'm trying to find a factory limited gun around the $2,000 mark to see what a built limited gun on the lower end, how that goes up against our like super budget lower end limited gun. I really want to see how that comparison is and what spending an extra $800 to $900 really gets you over how awesome the TAC Ultra is. Because the TAC Ultra is just, you put a little bit of money in that thing and it's freaking sweet. I'll
tell you what that extra $900 is. It gets you magazines.
How many magazines do you get with those though?
Oh, probably 3 or so. Probably.
Yeah, we have 3 magazines. Or no, we have 2 mag.
But that gun only comes magazines. With 1.
Huh?
Didn't the TAC Ultra only really supposed
It does only come with 1, but you can get extra magazines for that because you can buy the Paramags between $30 and $40 per magazine.
Oh, that's not too bad then.
Yeah, like they're just pair of P18 mags. They're double stack 1911 mags. They don't cost anything, and they're from Metgar, which is even better. You know, not only are you getting solid mag, like Metgar is one of the top tier mag manufacturers, so you're not going to go wrong with that.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, you're totally fine going with those. It's just kind of sad that Rock Island will only sell you 1 magazine with their gun.
Yes, I agree.
Gun companies need to get their shit together. At least 2, 3 is preferred.
Whoa, Jay just said his Infinity Limited gun came with 0 magazines. Jay, what mags do those take and how much do those cost per?
I'm assuming he's probably either running STI Gen 2 bodies or MBX mags.
Which are both
pricey. Yeah, they're like $130 a piece, I'm going to guess.
Yeah. And I really, I would love to shoot a gun up against the TAC Ultra and see what these, because we did shoot an STI up against the TAC Ultra, and I will tell you that the difference was negligible between the two of them. Now, this was a rental STI that hadn't been cleaned in a while, and I mean, it was nice, but
they didn't clean it?
No, I mean, it's a rental. I'm just glad that they let me mess with it.
Yep, MBX mags.
Pistol Pete says if you can afford an Infinity, then you can afford the mags.
Well, I think they're even doing around Christmas time. They were doing a special if you bought a gun, and used their team captain's code. You got 3 free magazines.
So
I mean, that's like $500 right there.
That is
when you're spending $8,000. I mean,
right?
Infinities are like a work of art, though. I mean,
they are. I mean, they're gorgeous pieces of machinery, but I can't see myself spending anything close to that. I scoff at $1,000 still. So,
yeah, I have a friend here, a buddy who shoots USPSA at the club I'm joining. He comes from Detroit, but he just bought 2 Infinity guns. I don't know if they're brand new or if they were secondhand, but 2 Infinity open guns.
Oh, let's see. Turbo Pa says Hayes Custom uses Remington R1 mags. I don't have any of those to have checked to see if they had fit, so I don't have experience with those. I do have mag extensions for an R1 mag because when talking to the guys at Taylor Freelance, we weren't sure what mag extensions were going to fit the Mechgar mags. We knew what was going to fit the Rock Island mags because they have a Rock Island specific base pad, but they didn't have a Mechgar specific base pad. So he actually sent me a spare Rock Island base pad and a spare and an R1 base pad to see which one fit. The answer is the Rock Island, but
you know what I've noticed is really odd is that Atlas Gunworks they're making limited guns with tack rails on them. I find that odd.
That is, well,
instead of a full dust cover.
Right. I think a big part of that right now is people who buy high-end guns not for their high-end purpose. People are buying guns like the Shadow 2, I think, is a perfect example. The Shadow 2 is not a carry gun. The Shadow 2 is a competition gun specifically for the limited market or the production segment, and now towards carry optics as well. But people buy it for carry. They buy it for their battle rigs. So CZ puts a rail on it so that you can use something like a light on it. And I think that's probably the same ideology. They're opening up market to more people.
I wish they'd make a new SKU and have a non-light, like a full dust cover, non-railed model, and then a light rail model. I understand, that they make they have one line and then they tear it down and then rebuild it and build another gun. But me personally, I would much rather have a full dust cover, non-light railed model.
Dan says EU limited minor with a CZ.
Yeah.
I didn't mean to say limited. I was trying to say production.
Yeah.
I was just talking about limited stuff. So
I mean limited. It'd be really cool if that TAC Ultra came in 40 though.
It does. We just didn't get one in 40.
I say get one in 40 and compare them.
I just don't have the money to shoot 40. I don't have the money to shoot anything at this point though, so
they'll probably end up discontinuing the specific limit.
Yep.
Yeah, probably.
So with the two different SKUs, the problem isn't so much tearing down lines and stuff because they just would leave out the dang it, what am I trying to say? The stage where they mill out that portion of it, depending on how it's made. They may have determined that it costs significantly less to actually make the raw castings significantly closer to the rail portion. Because, when you're looking at one part or two parts, the 5 cents in steel that you save and the mold, or maybe it demolds better with a rail, whatever, but that makes a lot of sense over, 200-300 guns. And inventory control. It's a pain in the butt to hold multiple SKUs. That's a big thing nowadays, is companies trying their best to minimize SKUs, which to me is hilarious because now like all of our business is held on these business systems, these electronic business systems where everything's on a hard drive and we're running servers with 20, 40, 100 terabytes worth of storage. And now we're worried about how many part numbers we've had. Right. Back in the day when we're dealing with like really crappy computer systems that were really bad at keeping all that organized, or even paper, you come up against like a slightly separate product line and they were like, yeah, we'll make that. Just give it a new part number.
Yeah. Like,
no, because I work for one of those companies.
Right. Oh yeah. Like we change a pigment in a color formula. We have to make a new number for it. We can't reuse the old number, but we went from AS400 as our
that's
inventory.
What we're running right now.
Really?
Yeah.
And then now we are on SAP.
SAP
is trash. It is not made for manufacturing. It's a bookkeeping system.
Yep.
And it's
so SAP has two sides to it. SAP has a finance side, which is probably what you guys got stuck with, and then they do have a manufacturing side. We are supposed to be getting both of those. But I work for Dana, like big conglomerate Dana. So we're pretty big. And AS400 is old school, but it's very good at handling manufacturing.
Oh, yes, it is. It was wonderful.
Yeah. So SAP is new school, slightly less powerful of manufacturing, more powerful for finance. And because the finance guys are the ones who decide what we buy and write the checks, they get what they want. I mean, don't get me wrong. There are some things that AS400 can't do that we desperately need it to do, but this has devolved into a business talk. That's not okay.
Did you
Guns.
go to click on our thing from our group chat? See what Builder just sent us.
Okie dokie.
You'll be like tripping coconut.
You're talking on the gram, right?
Yeah, like. And SAP is only terrible because in where I work, the other people who use it are all money pushers and lazy customer salespeople who don't do their job right, and it makes my life harder.
That is everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so Builder just sent us this. I'm not sure if it doesn't look like he's in the chat anymore. Harry's loving the business talk. We'll go back to that after we do this. Mm-hmm. Smith & Wesson has 500 SKUs for the M&P.
That's not wrong. I mean,
that is a lot. So, okay, so the thing that Builder just sent us, he's in the chat now, is Taurus is coming out with an optics-ready G3. And is there a G3C on there too? If they're coming out with an optics-ready G3...
That's the 17 side. Or
just the G3.
Yeah.
And the Taurus Game 22 long rifle competition. So, yeah, apparently Taurus is coming out with an optics-ready version. Now, mind you, I'm pretty sure that M&P still doesn't have like a base model optics ready gun, don't they? Do you remember? I can't remember for sure, but I'm pretty sure M&P does not have like they've got one of their lines has an optics ready one, but they don't have just an M&P C base model, but with an optics cut, right?
Maybe it's. Oh,
I know it was so like Smith & Wesson is so bad at marketing. That they could have brought it out, and I have no idea. But I'm pretty sure they don't. I'll wait on the chat. They'll catch us.
I think Julie Golub does have one that's the 19 sized, 4-inch barrel-ish gun that's got an optic on it.
I'm going back, I promise.
But their names are terrible for their guns. You know,
Smith & Wesson?
Yeah, like the Shield 4-inch, like I don't.
Yeah. Well, yes and no. They're not catchy at all, but you know what it is.
No, I believe that they finally released the non-performance center builder.
I don't think they did though. And if they did, it's not on the C model. I don't think. Like they don't have just an M&P 4-inch barreled like defensive carry gun with a dot cut. So right. I do currently have a G3 here. I actually also have a G3C and a G2C. And you remember the stuff that I was saying about the Canic feeling cheap? Like this is, if the Canic is Big Lots cheap, this is Dollar General cheap.
Nah, even worse, like Family Dollar cheap or something, like off-brand dollar store.
No, Dollar General is like way lower than Big Lots.
No, but Family Dollar is way lower than Dollar General, though.
I don't know. We don't have that. Dollar General's as low as we go, but
really?
without getting to the actual dollar store.
Okay, we've got. And their website is trash. Their website is.
Who are we talking about? Smith? Okay. Everything. It's man. They drop the ball on their crap so much. It's sad. Okay, so Harry says, while you're looking at that, Harry says, you wouldn't believe the amount of exchanges he gets from Smith holsters due to their naming system. Dan says, just found a Brown X-Carry complete slide for $275 brand new. Whoa. An X-Carry complete slide. Like including striker and all the boomy bits? That's pretty impressive. There you go. Reload Rap says it's no. I think the Taurus or the Canic is the Wish version of a Glock. The Taurus is maybe the Taurus is. I don't know.
So are we calling
the Canic is the Wish version of the Walther P99?
All right, back to an M&P. Are we calling a 4-inch or a 3.6-inch barrel for a
4.
compact. Okay. They do have it in an optics ready model that's not a performance center.
Huh, how much?
$634.
That's not that bad.
SKU.
I mean,
Here's the SKU number. I got it for you.
that's
13143.
I mean,
And that's the
it's
non-thumb safety model.
and that's the MSRP, so it's going to be selling for $575, $550 to $575 if we weren't in what we're in.
Yeah.
So I mean, that's not bad. That's less than a Glock MOS.
Yeah, and that's why I'm going to get a Glock Gen 5 17 standard version without the stupid moon cut though, and send that crapper to get milled for my carry gun. My next
Don't make
gun.
the moon cut anymore.
Right, but you can still. I think you can still find them. Like,
Oh, don't. Yeah, don't.
I don't want one. So,
Pistol Pete. Yeah, we were talking about compact guns because I straight up expect a company now, if you're going to come out with a competition based holster or a gun like a 5-inch performance center or the SFX or Glock 34, it should be optics cut. But
yep.
Hey, there you go, Manny. Get a hold of Dan. Red can vouch for that. It's a solid optics cut.
Yeah, and that was the plan. After talking to him about both his 17 and his 19, it was going to you. Because I'd rather, that's pretty cool. And then I'll make him pick it up and then ship it back to me. Did you get his coins done yet, though?
Huh?
Oh, making fun. I'm just asking Dan if you got those coins done yet.
Oh. Cool. Hey, see, we're connecting people here.
Mm-hmm.
Helping people contact people.
Yep.
What we do here on Work the Trigger.
Mm-hmm.
He's waiting on brass.
Damn. I know he said he was waiting on it, I think.
I picked up a good probably 350 to 400 rounds or cases at the range last weekend.
But he needs brass bar stock.
Oh, yeah, no. Can't help you there.
Yeah. I will say, the nice thing about these new mag extensions, though, are they are 22 rounds reloadable.
That is nice.
I only got one more. From leaving the Magpul mags to going to these, I got one extra round, and this thing is heavy.
Yeah. Well, and those are gonna feed better. I mean, you have had problems with Magpul mags, didn't you?
They wouldn't lock back. That was
okay. I was gonna say we had one match or one stage. I don't remember if it was last time or 2 times ago, where you went and it didn't lock back. You seated the mag, and it didn't seat fully. And then you went to rack and it didn't pull around or something like that.
No, I went dry, didn't lock back, go and insert the mag and I pressed back out. But it was because of the barricade. I think it fucked up on the barricade at first. Or something like that. It was weird because I watched the video and I was really too close to that wall.
Yeah.
I hated that stage though.
That was a rough stage.
Because that was the 6 up. There was the 3 on each side.
Uh-huh.
And you had to fish back and forth, and then there was the 2 targets as you left. And
I took 5 of those. I took the 3 on one side and 2 on the other side, and then ran back around to get to the 1.
That was actually a pretty smart move. I liked that idea.
Okay.
I was surprised. Aaron did it too, though, which was quite impressive, even though he's a big dude. Was he at the last match, or did he not come to the last?
No, he wasn't there. He
had to work. That's right.
Yeah, that's right.
He ended up having to work.
Yep.
And I didn't still get to meet Grace. Dang it.
No, you didn't.
Damn it.
Yeah. Nah, she'll be there next year if you come down.
Yeah.
You'll be down for at least one, I'm guessing.
Mm-hmm. I'm hoping.
So. Man,
no, he didn't. No, Danny did not show me the coins. He just mentioned it to me when we were talking about his optics cut.
I will say I'm missing shooting. I mean, I got to shoot last weekend, but that's one of the bad parts about YouTube stuff is I feel like every time I get to go shooting anymore, it's like 3/4 work.
Well, and then you ballistically masturbate and waste a lot of ammo.
You do. Dude, I wasted so much ammo last weekend. I'll say I got this sighted in, and this is it is just freaking sweet. There is everything right about this gun now. This is my PO1 now with Holosun 508, not 508, dang it, 507C on the top. K, yeah. And it is just a sweet shooting.
What are your thoughts of adding a wrist rocket division to USPSA during the ammo shortage?
I'm all right with that.
Wrist rocket?
Yeah, I don't even know what it is. Let's do it.
Okay. Long as.
So I want to. I think that we should start a completely new competition. I think this competition should. We can call it range darts. And this competition is where you stick a Nerf dart inside a cannon and you lob it 75 yards trying to hit circles 75 yards away. That's what I think we should do.
I say we should just go can launcher bowling again.
That was fun. Next time we're raising the bowling bed, though, so we don't have to lay down all the time.
Yeah.
Kathleen, yes, it is a P01.
Dan, will I be able to get a hold of you via the Empire Instagram?
IG,
Instagram. I'm getting irritated about people dumping their IGs when it was the easiest way to communicate with people.
I know I had to email Reds today, or I had to get a hold of Reds today to get his phone number because for some reason I didn't have his phone number.
He's like won't be checking. He's hardly gonna check. I think he deleted the app. All right. Grr. I gotta write something down. Of course, I don't have any paper on. Wait, do I have paper? Nope. Hang on. Be right back.
Ah.
Wait, screw that. I have a whiteboard next to me. What am I talking about? Purple.
So
purple.
Kathleen, a company called Primary Machine down in Louisiana is who did the machining on my PO1. They are known.
I thought they were new. Huh? I thought they were nobodies, and you just they did it for free.
Yeah, just did it for no.
They're the big guy.
Paid 100% for that thing. But they are really well known in like the CZ communities. They are just solid on those. And the reason I went with them specifically is because I mean, lots of people can do an optics cut, but with CZ, just because there's a lot going on in that slide. And I didn't want to run the risk of somebody going into the firing pin safety block channel or accidentally hitting the firing channel or the firing pin retaining pin. Because of that, I wanted to go with a company that knows CZ and has done them a lot. And I am super happy with it. It will be the same cut for an SPO1. So I paid $170 plus tax plus shipping one way.
Oh, they ship back for free?
Huh?
They ship back for free?
They include shipping, return shipping. There is included return shipping. You can get it shipped faster for an additional amount of money, but it wasn't necessary. It made it up here in like 2 days. Now, the thing is, for that $170, I had to disassemble my slide. Now, that's not a big deal for me because I do this crap all the time. If you don't want to do that, they will disassemble your slide, but it does cost more money.
I'll just send a Glock slide and it's easy.
Huh?
I'll just do a Glock slide. It's easy.
Yeah. Yeah, you can go to pretty much anybody for a Glock slide. And Kathleen, it took about a month.
Custom shop.
So Dan says, Dan works for Empire, which is an awesome company that makes one of the most beautiful triggers for Glocks that I have ever seen. It's just...
It's definitely different.
It's beautiful. It's... Anyway.
I personally didn't like the one Builder got, but there are some very, very pretty
You didn't
ones.
like the Damascus?
They have... There's a lot better one.
You're wrong.
I did not like the Damascus. They have a lot prettier looking ones.
What if they did the Damascus and then put a very small the Mandalorian Beskar stamp in it?
Yes.
Yeah. There you go, Dan. Product ideas for days here. Anyway, he says their optics codes are coded. Huh?
Grogu. We need a Grogu version then too.
There we go. Are quoted at 20 business days, but he's turning them around 37 right now. That's really good turnaround.
By dropping all their slide cuts, yep.
Due to dropping all other slide. Oh, you're not doing any other work other than milling?
Or probably just doing Glocks again.
Ah.
That'd be my... New version is coming out.
Ooh, adjustable pre-travel. That's awesome.
Can I join
May
the
have to-
Empire team? I'll move to Austin. I'll come work there.
No, optics only. You know what? I don't blame you because honestly, all of the other stuff at this point, people, and this kind of goes back to what my video was about with people need whatever tools they can to shoot better. And if an optic is going to get them there, then let them shoot the optic. And that is all. I mean, if you guys are getting enough optics orders to keep your butts busy, that busy on optics cuts alone, more power to you. And thanks for focusing on that rather than the pretty stuff. Get people shooting better.
Yep.
Man, I wish we could stop by.
Reds does. Reds can.
Isn't that where Old El Paso is made?
I don't know. We're focusing on parts. Our shop is in San Antonio. Oh, San Antonio. So that's not that far from Austin.
It's a long way from us.
Well, yeah. I'll move down to Texas though. You guys looking for work?
I actually, dude, I have thought about moving so many times.
Yep. Hey, dude, I'll just go live in my camper. It's fine. I'll just drive down there and become a Texas resident.
There you go. Katana Magwells. I haven't even seen that. Now I have to look it up.
I'm on their website. Their website's beautiful, which is funny. I looked up one of their Glock, the optics hook for Glocks, and there's an agency trigger in that gun. But it's black with gold dingle.
Harry, it doesn't look like a long way from Austin when looking at a map. Manny has just forgotten that Texas is approximately 5 times the height of Michigan.
Well, I was telling my wife though that the bottom of Texas to the top of Texas is is a farther distance than the top of Texas to Canada.
Is it really?
It is.
That's hilarious.
That's a fact that a Red shared with me because.
Hey Jay, is the new stiletto a different profile as well? It's been a while since I've seen the stiletto. It's actually on Builder's gun. So when we did that shootout, I had 2. I had 1 Glock. Builder had 2, and then we stole Manny Builder has 3, and then we stole Manny for a 5th one. So Builder actually has the Empire on his
Gucci 45.
On his 45. That is not Gucci.
What
did I call you? Did I call you something other than Dan?
You called him Jay, but there's Jay Beal is also another shooter.
That's why. It's been
Nick Beal.
Long day. Sorry, Dan. Yeah, I was gonna say I like the profile on it.
They have Mandalorian coins.
Do they?
Yep.
They need a Damascus thing on their stiletto trigger. Man, it's just a good looking trigger. Okay, anyway, what did I actually get on here for?
I don't know. Oh, they're Katana Magwell.
Oh, that Magwell. Dude. Dan, I love that Magwell. Those things are beautiful.
I don't know.
So here's my
They're making a plate.
So Dan, here's the problem, man. Here's my problem. That is my 19. That's right. I have a super early 19 with that dumb ass front cut on the Magwell, and it just makes me super mad. So I want Magwells for, although is this for a 43X looks like, but I want a Magwell for my 19 just because I don't carry it, so why not? But dude, it's just rough. It's rough life.
They have a plate too. That's
cool for the night. Yeah, but will it cover up that stupid finger thing? If it covers up that stupid finger thing, dude, I'm in. Freaking Glock. Maybe I just need to spend the $125 to get a new frame for it. Oh,
dude, my frame. Now this
he thumbs up. I'm hoping that means yes.
Like, all right, where's my screen? I can't see.
I don't know.
Like, okay, like she chewed up. Like this baby's chewed up. And now this is why I wish
you say she chewed up. Do you mean you?
No, this like
yeah, that was you.
I know, but it's she. This is a nice lady here.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, it also has a male person. It's weird. I think
Hey.
of guns is also ladies, but they have manly names too. It's weird. But
This is awesome. So see this?
mm-hmm.
See how smooth that is?
Yeah, it's called no dry fire on it.
Oh no, this has tons of dry fire.
Slow dry fire.
It's aluminum. You don't chew up metal frames.
Have you? No, I'll send you pictures of some chewed up metal frames.
Well, and this has been Cerakoted since I did the majority of the dry fire on it.
Yeah, I kind of want to see a Mark II. I did break a Glock trigger though this week.
You did.
Yeah, I did.
You can't talk about what you did though, because then it'll ruin your video.
No one watches my videos anyway.
They might if you put a clickbaity trigger name on it.
Oh, it wouldn't be hard. Yeah, but I broke the trigger safety tab. Well, the spring in it. It broke it. But this Stiletto Mark II, I'm getting behind. That's not bad. That's not bad looking.
No, it looks good.
Even just in the silver and the black, it looks really good. I like that it's got more angles on it. We don't have a Discord. We should have a Discord though.
I don't even know how that works, dude. I'm so old. Like
It's like a chat room.
I'm past the age of knowing what the kids are up to.
Oh, and I got to look at the Katana Magwell. Why did they get named the Katana?
Because it cuts your fingers when you grab onto it.
Oh, it's patented for the 43X. Okay.
Oh, okay. Right. All right. We had it. So Jay, first of all, dang it, Dan, man, I'm sorry, man. You would not believe the day I've had. Anyway, Dan, I got to get with you on how to start a Discord then, because that sounds like it could be fun. All right. Let's see. I'm gonna have to read this really slow because I said Lucky Kentrell 13. He says, do you have sight suggestions for a P01? Like blacked out rear sights, but doesn't care for the fiber optic front sight of a Dawson. Okay, I got you covered. So what you need is you're going to have to order it from two different places. So the first place, and I actually have a video on this. Let me see if I can find it while I talk. So the rear is going to come from CZ Custom. It's going to be their... Sorry, I'm trying to get to my channel. Search P01.
Just kidding. YouTube deleted us.
Right? Okay, it's actually two different videos. Okay, so here's the first one. This video is talking about the rear. Kathleen, how dare you?
Speak of them.
What are you doing? You are...
Kathleen.
You are gonna get kicked out of the chat. Don't go TrueGlow. Don't go TF. No. Don't go TrueGlow.
No.
Don't go TFX
No.
Pro. Anyway. So the first one is it's a rear sight from CZ Custom. So it does have two tritium vials in it. It's got one. It's got a single tritium vial down underneath the rear sight. Don't remember the part number. Don't remember, but it's in the video. Okay. So that's the first one that you need. The second one that you need is in the second link, and that is a night vision front sight for a CZ P07. Okay, so the thing about the P07 versus the P01, the dovetails for the front dove are nearly identical. The P07 sights will fit in a P01 sight front sight cut, but you have to drill the cross pin in. There is a spring pin that CZ uses to hold their front sight in. You have to drill that into the sight. Not a big deal. You put the sight in, you clamp it down with its thingy-majig.
Vice?
Nope. Set screw. That one's it. You clamp it down with the set screw, take it out to a drill press, and you just, the size of the drill bit's in there, I think. I just grabbed a drill bit and picked the size that fit through the hole that was already in the slide. So super rocket science there. But you just drill down through it and then tap the thing in your front sight set. Super awesome. Super great. Trigicon does make a front sight for the P01, but I didn't like the size of the dot. I liked the size of the dot on night vision more. The Trigicon front is just white, and it's biggish small. It's not very big. takes up about 3/4 of the space of the front blade. The night vision front is basically the whole side, like the front blade is wider and the dot is the whole size of the front blade. So that's why I like it. And that is my preferred sight setup. If you do want to go with a smaller dot, the Trigicon front is also great. I did run that before I ran I ran, who was it? What? It wasn't Trigicon. I don't remember who it was. Anyway, that's in that first video. So there you go. TrueGlow does make a lot of sights, and they should just stop.
Yep.
Oh,
but what you should really do is you go and get your PO1 milled and put a red dot on it. The end.
Yeah. Yep. That actually reigns supreme because red dots beat all. As I said, I mean, red dots will take you from being an okay shooter to being a great shooter. And I still stand by my statement of when people say it's a crutch, who cares? If it helps you shoot better, it helps you shoot better. You know, if you're not going to practice with irons, you're not going to practice with the dot. Or if you're not going to practice with the dot, you're not going to practice with the irons. So why not be able to be that even 5 or 10% better? That's just my 2 cents. There's no sense in beating people down and telling them they have to do it the less efficient way, because doing it the more efficient way is less manly or less, I don't know. No problem. Happy hunting, because the PO1 is an awesome freaking gun. I'm waiting on a holster for mine right now because the only holsters that I had before were not red dots compatible. And so I'm waiting on a holster, and it's going to become my EDC.
Is that gotten finished and finalized yet too?
It is. Yep.
Good.
Yeah, we finished that one. Just got the trim done last week, I think.
Well, yeah, because you made V2s of everything, didn't you?
Yes. Well, I've only been dedicating to the V2 versions. He had all the V1 done before I came along.
Right.
All right. So Yoda's asking, why is a red dot on a pistol a crutch? But the same is not But the same is not said for a carbine or home defense rifle, shotgun, etc.
That's a good point.
You know, that's it. That's a very good question. I do know a lot of guys who.
You guys are.
Oh, geez.
We've been talking about you.
Yeah, we have. So I do know guys. Typically, they are prior military, and typically they are not combat unit military who swear by irons and will say naughty things about you if for running a dot. That being said, in the tactical world, I think there's a couple of big parts on it. On why a red dot is okay for a rifle, not okay for a pistol in a lot of these people's minds. So one of them has nothing to do with the crutch. One of them has everything to do with reliability. Because the rifles aren't reciprocating, the dots on those have always been more reliable. So they've always just been more reliable because they're not bouncing around as much. As far as the crutch goes, yeah, Humble does have a great video on that. But I think it's because the majority of the problem with rifle shooting at medium distances from 1 to 200 yards or so, if you're bench resting, a lot of the problems, I think, are sight picture. So the sights are a bigger detriment. On pistols, a lot of people's problems with pistols are fundamentals. And when you pick up a dot and you shoot better and people see you shooting better with this thing, they think that it's making up for fundamentals rather than making up for sight picture. But I don't really know. That's a very good question. and kind of a double standard.
Mm-hmm.
Mandy, do you have any guesses?
Yeah, well, it's just like it took them long enough to go from irons to accepting a red dot on a rifle. Now we're going from a red dot on a rifle to an LPVO now with an offset red dot, and times are changing, and these people really don't want to accept the change. They like to stick with what they knew or feel comfortable with instead of seeing that there's an advantage out there that they could be taking advantage of, but they're just sedentary and they don't care to make themselves better.
Yep.
I think everyone's in the main chat.
Yes, Reds. Everybody's in the other one. I don't ever post anything on the B channel, but
except lives. That's
right. Yeah, pretty much. Speaking of which, we're probably going to shut it down pretty soon. We are actually, because I'm getting exhausted. But anyway.
Yeah, Reds. We were talking about you because our Dan showed up in the chat. We've been talking about Empire Beautifulness.
Oh yeah, about your fantastic sight, red dot sight mill job from him. He did pretty good from what I hear.
Mm-hmm.
It is. He's in the other chat, Dan. He'll be here shortly, I'm guessing. Yeah, he said he's gonna swap. And where is he?
He's probably watching it on the television too.
Where is he? I can't do that because I have a wife and kids, and I've tried to watch YouTube videos on the TV before.
Mm-hmm.
No, not a good idea. So Dan, I have a B channel, Work the Trigger Overtime, I think is what I called it.
Yep.
And there he is. And that's where all of the live chats actually stay up. So like I post them on the main channel just because it's easier for people to come to this one to see. They're also playing over on the B channel, and I leave them up on the B channel and I kill it on the main channel because it kills my YouTube metrics, and it's all about the metrics. Hey, speaking of metrics, we've got 10 thumbs ups. Whoop. And 5 thumbs downs.
And I haven't even done anything yet.
I have now. I didn't even thumbs up my own.
You can do that?
Jeez, he's already got 6,000 rounds through his Empire Mill job. And yes, you can thumbs up your own stuff. I mean, it's like liking your own post on Facebook, but nobody can see that you're the one that did it in this one. So,
yeah, no, yeah, we were, you switched to that stock 17. It's wonderful.
Yeah, but that was what, a month and a half ago?
Yeah. So how is Perkis's attic?
Was he really playing in the attic?
Well, it's his loft, but if you follow Locked Load, or it's Brian Perkis's IG, and he's been posting to his Dry Fire Dojo. What the hell is this thing called? Oh, Locked Back. That's what it is. Locked Back. It says is his Instagram channel.
My stuff is not working. There we go. Whose Instagram channel is Locked Back?
Brian Perkis.
There. I see it now. I got it.
It looks really fun with the reappearing targets and the disappearing targets. Did he bring snacks?
What?
Well, he went to Perkis's house, so I bet he had to bring snacks. I like snacks.
Sorry, I'm trying to log into something and it's not working. It's trying to get me to do a CAPTCHA, but it's not popping up. So I brought primers.
Oh, does Perkis work for you?
So did you bribe him, or is that what you paid him with, or? Oh, bought. I don't know if it's bought or brought. I don't know what's going on anymore. Dang it.
Pew.
There we go.
Did you figure out how to figure it on your phone now?
How to do what on my phone?
Aren't you doing something on your phone now?
I am. I'm working on it very slowly.
Yeah.
Slowly but surely. And I don't know if it's gonna work, but that's okay.
If anyone has a treadmill, I would like a treadmill so I can dry fire on a treadmill.
That's actually not a bad idea. I'll tell you, I think that's one thing that in matches I have I can do relatively well against other shooters, like with my same shooting skill level, is I shoot relatively well on the move. That's about the only thing that I can do relatively well, but I shoot okay on the move.
Yeah, for the most part, you don't stop. That's kind of the half the thing, is taking enough time to shoot without stopping and be like, oh no, I want to make up that shot.
Right.
Be confident enough to put 2 on it and still move.
Ooh. See, Dan, now that's just mean, man.
Yeah, but he's a dealer, so then he doesn't have to actually pay for hazmat fees when he gets it.
That makes it more mean to just like point that out and
But treadmill dry fire is the new hotness. Didn't Perkins show you it?
You could just like go to a range and walk and shoot. Just do box drill after box drill after box drill.
I don't know. I don't want to walk. I want to walk in one place on a treadmill in my house with a heater.
Box drills are fun. I like box drills. It's weird, but I do. The problem is when I do box drills, I never know if I want to do like tactical walkie or competition walkie, because they're two different things.
It can be.
Well, most trainers suggest they be two different things. So in competition, I grapevine a lot. Grapevining gives me anyway a really nice smooth movement, and it's easy for me to transition out of a grapevine. Mm-hmm. But in tactics classes, they want you either doing a sidestep or a turn your body portion and walk. And I can't do. I don't know if I'm not flexible or if I'm just. The problem is my center of gravity is too low, and my legs can't. That's what I'm going with.
There's no such thing as too low. Get lower.
No.
But no, I'd say movement is movement. I wouldn't say that there's two different types. I would say take a movement class though.
I have taken a movement class. That's why I know that there's two different movements. Because so the ideology against not grapevining in tactics is it's significantly easier to trip while you're grapevining, which is true.
Oh, okay. I see. You're meaning like shuffle step compared to grapevine.
Either shuffle step or turn and walk. Like your legs facing one way, your body facing another, and you walk.
Yeah. Okay. I see.
But they suggest doing that because it's, especially if you're threat focused, you're not looking where you're walking, and it's easy to trip over like a parking curb or something like that if you're grapevining, which mm-hmm. I can understand.
Yeah.
So, all right. Well, we are down to 13 people. I am flipping exhausted, and we've been going on for pretty good over 2 hours now. So let's go ahead and hop on out of here. See, and that's kind of the problem that, yeah. And that's actually, so my problem in marching band was I was not, and actually that, you know what, Reds? I think you nailed it. I think you nailed it. Okay, so in marching band, what did you play? I can't remember. I know he told me.
He played
saxophone.
Huh? No, he played the tuba.
The tuba. Okay. Wait, what link am I hitting, Dan? I don't see a link
yet.
If it doesn't come through on here, you can email me at workthetrigger.com. Okay, so I didn't get it yet because I can't get my Discord logged in.
Well, then get it logged in, homie.
That's what I was trying to do on my phone. Okay, so going back to sousaphone. Okay, so going back to Red's things. So when you play a wind instrument in marching band, you do the pointy step, right? Okay, for those of you who are in marching band. I was in marching band for 1 year, and I played the bass drum. Here's the thing about the bass drum. The bass drums are facing sideways, and we don't do the turny walkie thing because you can't physically, like, you can't twist your body like that because you're holding a gigantic bass drum.
I will agree.
We grapevined in marching band, and and actually, again, hitting on that. So, yeah, and that's what we did. Mm-hmm. And so But the thing is, in marching band, you specialize in very, very clean, smooth movements. So while the entire wind section was learning how to do the little pointy aim in very smoothly, I can grapevine or crab walk super smooth, like smooth enough that I can shoot relatively quick while on the move doing that. Like, and so I think you nailed it. I think you nailed why that's the method that I choose, is because I did that for, I specialized in that.
Yeah.
Sidestepping.
Yeah.
Oh, hey, thanks, Dan. I got it now.
Yeah.
But I do need, I'm trying to get Discord on my phone and it's not working because it doesn't like me. I thought I had to log in, but apparently I don't. I'll play around with that after the chat, Dan.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I'll send you, if I need something, Dan, I'll just send you an email via that email you just sent it. Get it on PC. Okay, will do, man. High five. Okay, anyway, so Manny, where can they find you, man?
They can find me on Instagram and YouTube as Manny Things. Posting a video. This next week will be a video a week. Starting up that new series, interviewing people. So it'll be exciting. Yeah, so that'll be cool. You can find me here whenever we have a live chat, though.
All right. And you can find me on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, and all the fun stuffs at WorkTheTrigger. We do a video every Tuesday night. We do live streams that they're not going to be happening nearly as much now, just because I got burnt out on them. I know. I'm sorry, Manny.
Yeah,
but
you're fun.
But yeah, it makes going for 2 hours way easier when you do it once every few weeks rather than every single week.
Oh yeah, I was getting burnt out too. Every week was like, we're here.
Yeah. Yep. So, all right. Well, thanks again, everybody, for joining us. I hope you enjoyed the chat. Remember, I appreciate every one of you. And until next time, do your research, get informed, and get to work. There's supposed to be music going. Why isn't there music going?
It's playing.
Oh, is it playing? Oh, I don't have my headphones in. Okay. Bye. Bye.